I think you need artificial intelligence something there.
Welcome guys, I'm Naledi right here in Cape Town TV. Right about now on the Look Couches, we're joined by three masterminds. When I say mastermind, these guys have come up with something, a service that's absolutely incredible. But it will take me 10 years in order to trust this service because it deals with Xolisani. While we're joined by Thapelo, Xolisani, and of course Sange, who have developed a service, a banking service that assists people, and it's offered in Xhosa, isiZulu, Setswana, and of course English. So they're here on Accept. Tell us more about that. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure having you. Let's talk about this banking service. I said it's going to take me 10 years to trust it because when it comes to e-banking, I just need some time because I don't trust anything except the service that I use currently. How did the idea come about?
Okay, so Naledi came about as a series of realizations and after some research. You know, in South Africa, you've got a huge part of the population that's not comfortable to express themselves or to comprehend English. And now this creates an issue in dealing with financial services because, you know, you want to send money to someone, your banking app is like, who's the beneficiary? And these are terms that we don't grow up talking or talking about, you know, every day. And then we also realized that, you know, there are people like our grandmothers who will ask you, please load airtime for me. And you ask yourself, why are they asking you to load the airtime? Because they've told you what they want. Yeah. They can express what they want in the language that they speak. So the only issue is that when they have to do it on their phones, it's presented in English, a language that they're not familiar with or at least comfortable with. So that's where Naledi came from.
So I'm interested because Usnalo Kuboti, it will take him 10 years to trust the service. So how safe, let's make him feel safe, how safe are his details, information about him, user, decide by consumer Naledi, how safe are their information?
So it's quite secured, so we use a standard technology for security. It's called SSL, and we also use a two-step verification process. So what that means is, so before I explain that, the entire system is on WhatsApp. So you perform a transaction on WhatsApp. And let's say, for example, you buy an airtime. So you will type in your own language that you want to buy 5 Rand M10. And then before the transaction is completed, we send you a link. And then when you open that link, it takes you to a page where you can verify your details.
Sure. Yeah.
And then after you verify those details, we'll send you again not another link, I mean an OTP, a one-time PIN.
Yeah. And
you can use that to complete the transaction.
But all of this is taking place on WhatsApp.
Yes.
You've mentioned that people, you find out that your grandmother would know what to do, but don't know how to do it on the cell phone. And you've chosen 4 languages to be able to be available on the service. I'm vendor. I don't understand English. Are you guys willing to expand to other official languages? Why those 4 languages at the moment?
All right. So yeah, currently Naledi supports English, Setswana, Xhosa, and isiZulu. So and the reason for that isn't because we're discriminating against other languages or anything like that. It's simply because we wanted to build a minimal viable product to show that Naledi actually can work. And then secondly, the resources available for these languages are more than other South African languages. But I guess the end goal of Naledi is of Botlhale is to have Naledi speaking and understanding all 11 official languages of South Africa.
Beautiful name, by the way, Naledi.
Daytime?
Yes.
Okay. What differences is Naledi going to bring to the banking sector, and who can use it?
All right. So in terms of the banking sector, so we help banks and their clients in essentially 4 ways. So firstly, we simplify banking by allowing customers to interact with their banks through natural spoken conversations. And by having these conversations where their customers already are on WhatsApp, as Sange mentioned. Yeah. Secondly, we allow banks to have a more personal relationship with their customers beyond just transactional banking. So they can help their customers proactively take their financial lives into their own hands.
Yeah.
Thirdly, we help them reduce costs by reducing the amount of human interaction necessary for the banking process. And then lastly, which is what we find the most important, is that we allow people to interact with banks in the languages they understand and trust.
Yeah. WhatsApp is the most used social media across the globe. I want to know, how are people receiving this kind of banking assistance that you guys are offering, and how do you go about marketing yourselves, guys, to be accountable and to have the credibility that people will need?
In terms of the marketing, I mean, being at shows like yours, you know, we've had a couple of articles written about us, the work we're doing. So that's kind of shown some credibility, because those were written by some credible news outlets. So that's really helped out a lot. And also, we're gonna have a launch with a small group of users.
Yeah.
Thereafter, we're gonna go on a full marketing campaign.
How many users do you have, by the way, at this point of time?
So at this point in time, it's just a few users
Yeah.
we've given to play around with Naledi. But we're having a soft launch in November, where some people we've identified and people who've approached us who want to use Naledi have signed up. And we'll let them use Naledi for about a month or two. And then early next year, we'll be releasing it to everyone.
Okay, what other services does Botlhale offer besides Naledi?
So Botlhale is we've positioned ourselves as a research and innovation startup,
Okay, that's
right? Specializing in natural language processing and computer vision. So Naledi is one of our products. The other product is called LISO. LISO is a real-time scene interpretation and understanding camera system. So LISO is a camera system that you can install, and it can essentially tell you what's going on in the area that it's in. So if it's in your house and your couches are moving, it will tell you through an app that your couches are moving or something like that. Your fridge is moving all of a sudden.
Cool stuff. I nominate you to ask him a question.
Yes, I was about to actually say, Xolisani, I need to ask you something. Can you tell us more about the Data Hack 4FI Innovation Competition? The finale was held in Rwanda, where you guys, Naledi actually, the service emerged as a winner.
So Data Hack is an innovation competition which was done by Insights to Impact.
Yeah.
They focused on solutions that use data and data analytics to solve problems in African communities. So the competition has two phases. The first one is in-country finals, where we compete with the best startups chosen by Data Hack to solve financial exclusion in in Africa. So we competed with about 9 startups in Joburg, and we won. And we went to Rwanda to compete with about 13 other startups from other African countries, which we also won. So I think the total prize was about $30,000.
Ooh.
Sange, I want to find out what's the future plan for Naledi, and what can we expect from Botlhale AI Solutions in the future?
So in terms of our short-term goals, we actually want to partner with like one of the big banks, because I think it's gonna accelerate our go-to-market basically. And long-term, we want to do a lot of things. So as he mentioned, we're not just focusing on like products. We're actually a research and innovation startup.
Okay.
And
Okay, guys, I'm gonna eat my words. I'm not gonna join in 10 years' time. I'm joining tomorrow. How do I find you guys as I want to join? Where do we find your contact details?
So you can go on to naledi.botlhale.ai. So that's our website, and all our details are on there.
How did you choose each other? Like, you're like, I'm good looking. He's good looking. We are all good looking.
And we all have the brains.
How did you get together and start up Botlhale?
I don't know. We worked on a lot of projects together before Botlhale, so it was just a matter of us knowing each other, trusting each other to take on a project like this, knowing each other's work ethic, and just the type of people we are, you know.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
it's
cool
been,
stuff.
Wow, you guys are doing great. Good luck with Naledi, and I'm definitely joining tomorrow.
I'll make sure that he does. All right, thank you for coming through. Now it's time for us to take a music interlude. When we return, we say goodbye to you.
It's Kidzo. Smile.
Makoya.